I'm Maya Torres, 29, sitting in a fancy steakhouse downtown. Crystal chandeliers hang above white tablecloths, and servers glide between tables carrying wine bottles. Our CEO, Richard Chen, sits at the head of the table, smiling warmly. He's 55, grey-haired, with the confident ease of someone who built his tech company from scratch. I'm nervous but excited. After 3 years as a software engineer at Dataflow Solutions, this is my first executive dinner. My boss, Derek Morrison, 42, sits beside me, checking his phone. He barely acknowledged me when I arrived. But Richard's attention makes up for it. He's asking everyone about their projects, genuinely interested. When he turns to me, his eyes light up. Maya, how's everything going? That client portal you designed last quarter saved us thousands. And I hope the bonus helped. My smile freezes. The word bonus echoes in my head. What bonus? My heart pounds as I replay his words. Bonus. What bonus? I haven't received any bonus. Not last quarter, not ever. I glance at Derek, whose face has gone pale. He's staring at his wine glass like it might save him. What bonus? I ask slowly, my voice steady despite my racing pulse. Richard's smile falters. He looks between Derek and me, confusion crossing his face. The $15,000 performance bonus I approved 3 months ago, he says carefully. Derek submitted the paperwork himself. The table goes quiet. Even the server pouring water hesitates. I feel everyone's eyes on me, but I'm locked on Derek. His jaw clenches, and he shifts in his seat. There must be some mistake, he mumbles. Richard leans forward, his voice dropping. No mistake. I signed it personally. Maya's work on the client portal exceeded every metric. My hands grip the napkin in my lap. $15,000. Gone. Stolen. Derek clears his throat, forcing a laugh. Richard, maybe accounting delayed it. You know how backlogged they get. His tone is light, but sweat beads on his forehead. Richard doesn't buy it. His expression hardens, the warmth replaced by something sharp. Accounting doesn't delay checks for 3 months, Derek, he says flatly. I sit frozen, my mind spinning. This isn't just a mix-up. Derek knew about my bonus and never told me. Did he take it? The thought seems insane, but the evidence is right here. Richard pulls out his phone, tapping quickly. Let me call HR right now, he says. Derek's hand shoots out. Richard, please. Let's not make a scene. I'll handle it first thing Monday. Richard ignores him, pressing the phone to his ear. The table is silent except for the muted jazz playing overhead. My co-workers look away, uncomfortable. I want to scream, to demand answers, but I stay quiet, watching Derek squirm. This is bigger than a mistake. Richard's call goes to voicemail. He sets his phone down, his gaze drilling into Derek. Monday morning, my office. Both of you, he says. It's not a request. Derek nods stiffly, his face red. I manage a quiet yes, sir. The rest of dinner is torture. Small talk resumes, but it's forced. I push food around my plate, unable to eat. My mind won't stop racing. $15,000. That money could have covered my mom's medical bills, the car repairs I've been delaying. I glance at Derek again. He's pretending to laugh at someone's joke, but his hands shake as he reaches for his drink. After dessert, people start leaving. I grab my coat, desperate to escape. Outside, the cold air hits me, clearing my head slightly. I hear footsteps behind me. Maya, wait. It's Derek. I turn slowly, my face blank. He steps closer, his voice low and urgent. Let me explain. Derek's eyes dart around the empty street. It's not what you think, he says quickly. I cross my arms. Then what is it? Because Richard said you submitted my bonus. Where's my money? He runs a hand through his hair, looking cornered. I was going to tell you. There were complications. Complications? My voice rises. You stole from me. I didn't steal, he snaps, then lowers his voice. I borrowed it. Temporarily. I was in a bind, And I planned to pay you back before you noticed. My stomach twists. He actually took it. My boss, the man I trusted, embezzled my bonus. You had no right, I say, my voice shaking with anger. He steps closer, his tone pleading. Maya, I'm in serious trouble. Debts I can't cover. If Richard finds out, I'm done. Please, just give me time. I'll fix this. I stare at him, disbelief flooding me. He's asking for my silence after robbing me. No, I say firmly. You fix this now, or I tell Richard everything. Derek's face hardens. You don't want to do that, he says quietly. There's a threat in his tone, subtle but clear. My pulse quickens. Are you threatening me? I ask, my voice cold. He doesn't answer, just looks at me with something close to desperation. Then he turns and walks away, leaving me standing alone under the streetlight. I pull out my phone, my hands trembling. I need proof. I need to know exactly what happened. I call my friend Jenna, who works in HR. She picks up on the second ring. Maya, what's wrong? Her voice is warm, concerned. I tell her everything, the dinner, Richard's question, Derek's confession. She's silent for a moment, then says, meet me at the office. Now. I hesitate. It's almost 10 p.m. But Jenna's voice is firm. Trust me. You need to see this. I hang up and head to the office, my mind a storm of anger and fear. The office building is dark except for a few scattered lights. I swipe my badge and take the elevator to the 5th floor. Jenna's waiting by her desk, her laptop open. She's 32, sharp-eyed, with short black hair and an expression that says she means business. Sit, she says, gesturing to a chair. I do, watching as she pulls up files on her screen. I shouldn't be showing you this, she says, but you deserve to know. She turns the screen toward me. It's a payment record. My bonus, $15,000, approved by Richard 3 months ago. Disbursed to Derek Morrison's account. My breath catches. There it is, in black and white. He didn't just take it, he rerouted it to himself. How is this even possible? I whisper. Jenna's jaw tightens. Derek has access to payroll systems. He processed it as a managerial override, claiming you'd agreed to defer payment. It's buried in paperwork no one checks unless there's a red flag. I stare at the screen, rage boiling inside me. Jenna clicks to another file. There's more, she says. This isn't the first time. She shows me 3 other instances. Bonuses meant for junior engineers, all redirected to Derek's account over the past 2 years. Smaller amounts, $3,000 here, $5,000 there, but it adds up. He's been doing this systematically. Why didn't anyone notice? I ask, my voice tight. Jenna sighs. Because he's careful. He targets newer employees who don't know the system, who won't question delays. And he spaces it out so it doesn't trigger audits. My hands clench into fists. Derek's not just a thief. He's a predator. We need to report this, I say. Jenna nods. I already started the process. But Maya, this is going to get ugly. Derek has connections. He'll fight back. I look at her, determination hardening in my chest. I don't care. He stole from me and others. He's done. She smiles grimly. Good. Let's take him down. That afternoon, Richard calls an all-hands meeting. The conference room is packed, tension thick. Richard stands at the front that night. I barely sleep. Every time I close my eyes, I see Derek's face, hear his fake apology. By morning, I'm exhausted but focused. I dress carefully, professional, composed. I won't let him see me rattled. At the office, I avoid Derek's floor and head straight to Richard's office. His assistant, Carla, greets me with a sympathetic look. He's expecting you, she says softly. I step inside. Richard sits behind his massive oak desk, his expression unreadable. Jenna's there too, along with a man I don't recognize, tall, mid-40s, wearing a suit. Maya, this is Tom Lawson, our company lawyer, Richard says. Tom nods at me. I sit, nerves buzzing. Richard leans forward, hands folded. Jenna brought the discrepancies to my attention last night. We've spent the morning reviewing Derek's records. What we found is disturbing. He slides a folder across the desk. I open it. Page after page of stolen bonuses, falsified reports. My chest tightens. He's been doing this for years, Richard says, his voice heavy with anger. Tom speaks up, his tone clinical. We have enough evidence to terminate Derek immediately and pursue criminal charges. But we need your cooperation, Maya. You're the key witness. I look at him, then at Richard. What do you need from me? Tom explains the process, depositions, statements, possibly testifying if Derek fights back. It sounds exhausting, but I don't hesitate. I'll do it, I say. Richard's expression softens. I'm sorry this happened to you. Derek will be held accountable, and you'll receive your full bonus plus interest. Relief floods through me, but it's mixed with anger. What about the others he stole from? I ask. Richard nods. We're contacting them today. Everyone will be compensated. Jenna reaches over, squeezing my hand. You did the right thing, she says. Before I can respond, there's a knock on the door. Carla pokes her head in, her face pale. Sir, Derek's here. He's demanding to speak with you. Richard's jaw tightens. Send him in. Derek walks in, his face a mask of forced calm. He stops when he sees me, Jenna, and Tom. His eyes narrow. What's this? He asks, his voice tight. Richard stands, his presence commanding. Derek Morrison, you're terminated effective immediately. Security will escort you out. Derek's face goes red. On what grounds? Tom steps forward, handing him a folder. Embezzlement, fraud, and breach of fiduciary duty. We have documentation of multiple thefts spanning 2 years. Derek's hands shake as he opens the folder. His eyes scan the pages, and his face drains of color. This is a setup, he says, his voice rising. Maya's lying. She's trying to get me fired because I didn't promote her. I stay silent, letting the evidence speak. Richard's voice is ice. We have your digital footprint, Derek. Every transaction traced back to you. Don't insult us with denials. Derek's composure cracks. He looks at me, his expression venomous. You're going to regret this, he hisses. Security arrives, 2 large men in uniform. Derek doesn't resist, but his eyes stay locked on me as they lead him out. This isn't over, he says before disappearing down the hall. The room exhales. Richard sits back down, rubbing his temples. That was uglier than I expected, he mutters. Tom closes his briefcase. He'll likely try to retaliate. We'll file for a restraining order if needed. I nod, my heart still pounding. Jenna stands, touching my shoulder. You okay? She asks. I force a smile. I will be. Richard looks at me, his voice softer now. Take the rest of the week off, Maya. Paid. You've been through enough. I thank him and leave, my legs shaky. Outside, the sun is bright, almost blinding. I take a deep breath, letting the reality sink in. Derek's gone. The truth is out. But as I walk to my car, I can't shake the feeling that this isn't finished yet. That night, I'm home alone when my phone buzzes. Unknown number. I hesitate, then answer. Maya Torres, a woman's voice asks. Yes. This is Detective Laura Simmons. I'm investigating Derek Morrison's financial crimes. Can we meet tomorrow? My pulse quickens. Of course. We set a time, and I hang up, staring at the phone. This is real now, police, investigations. I thought firing Derek would be the end, but it's just the beginning. I pour myself tea and sit by the window, watching the city lights. My mind drifts to the other victims, the junior engineers Derek stole from. Did they ever suspect? Or did they just assume the system failed them? The next morning, I meet Detective Simmons at a cafe downtown. She's in her late 30s, sharp-eyed, with a no-nonsense air. She orders coffee, pulls out a notepad. Tell me everything, she says. I walk her through the dinner, Derek's confession, Jenna's discovery. She listens intently, scribbling notes. When I finish, she leans back, her expression grim. Derek's in deeper trouble than you know, Simmons says. We've been tracking him for months. He's involved in a larger scheme: identity theft, wire fraud. Your company's just one piece. My stomach drops. Identity theft. She nods. He's been using stolen employee data to open credit lines, funnel money. Your bonus was small compared to what he's taken overall. I feel sick. Derek wasn't just opportunistic. He was organized, calculating. Simmons continues, we need your testimony to build the case. Are you willing? I don't hesitate. Yes. She smiles faintly. Good. We'll keep you updated. As I leave the cafe, my phone rings. It's my mom. Maya, are you okay? I saw the news. News? I pull up my browser. There's an article. Tech manager arrested for embezzlement scheme. Derek's face stares back at me from the screen. The story's gone public. My phone explodes with texts, co-workers, friends, even old college classmates. Everyone wants to know what happened. I ignore most of them, focusing on Mom. I'm fine, I tell her. It's over. But it's not over. 2 days later, I get a message on social media from someone named AJ. The message reads, "You don't know what you've started." Derek's not the only one involved. My blood runs cold. I screenshot it and send it to Detective Simmons. She calls within minutes. We're tracing the account. Don't engage, she warns. I agree, but fear settles in my chest. Who else is involved? That night, I double-check my locks, jump at every sound. Jenna calls, her voice tense. Maya, there's a rumor at work. People are saying Derek had help from someone inside HR. My heart sinks. Who? I don't know yet. But be careful. I hang up, paranoia creeping in. If someone in HR helped Derek, they know where I live, my schedule, everything. I barely sleep, my mind racing through possibilities. The next morning, Detective Simmons calls again. We traced the message. It came from Derek's wife, Angela. I exhale slightly. His wife, not some shadowy accomplice. What does she want? I ask. She's angry, Simmons says. Blaming you for Derek's arrest. We've issued a warning, but stay alert. Angela Morrison. I've met her once, at a company holiday party. She seemed nice, quiet. Now she's sending threats. I thank Simmons and hang up, feeling trapped. At work, the atmosphere is tense. People whisper when I walk by. Some are supportive, others judgmental. Did you have to go public? One coworker mutters. I ignore them, focusing on my projects. But the whispers gnaw at me. During lunch, Jenna pulls me aside. I found something, she says, her voice low. She shows me an email chain between Derek and someone in accounting, discussing adjustments. The name's redacted, but the tone is conspiratorial. Who is this? I ask. Jenna's face is grim. I'm trying to find out. But Maya, this is bigger than we thought. I feel the walls closing in. Derek's arrest was supposed to end this, but it's unraveling into something darker. His face grave. As many of you know, Derek Morrison was terminated for embezzlement. We're conducting a full audit to ensure no other irregularities exist. Murmurs ripple through the room. We're committed to transparency and accountability, Richard continues. If anyone has information, come forward. You'll be protected. After the meeting, I'm approached by a junior developer, Kevin. He's 24, nervous. Maya, can I talk to you? He asks quietly. We step into an empty hallway. Kevin looks around, then says, Derek took money from me too. Last year, I was supposed to get a $3,000 bonus. It never came. I thought it was a mistake. My heart aches for him. Did you report it? He shakes his head. I was scared. Derek said if I made noise, I'd be blacklisted. Anger flares in me. Derek didn't just steal money. He stole security, trust. You should tell Richard, I say gently. Kevin hesitates, then nods. Will you come with me? I agree. We go to Richard's office together. Kevin tells his story, his voice shaking. Richard listens, his expression darkening. We'll make this right, he promises. Kevin leaves, looking lighter. I stay behind. How many more are there? I ask Richard. He sighs heavily. At least 5 that we know of. The audit's ongoing. I feel a weight settle on my shoulders. This isn't just my fight anymore. It's everyone Derek hurt. Over the next week, I'm pulled into meetings, depositions, interviews. Detective Simmons keeps me updated on the case. Derek's charged with multiple counts of fraud. His wife, Angela, backs off after the police warning. But the stress is wearing me down. I'm exhausted, constantly looking over my shoulder. Jenna notices. You need a break, she says one evening. Let's get dinner, forget all this for a few hours. I agree, desperate for normalcy. We go to a quiet Italian place, order pasta and wine. For a moment, I feel almost okay. But halfway through dinner, Jenna's phone rings. She glances at the screen, her face going pale. It's HR, hold on. She steps outside to take the call. I wait, anxiety creeping back. When she returns, her expression is serious. Maya, they found who helped Derek. My pulse spikes. Who? Angela Morrison. His wife. She worked in accounting part-time. She's the one who processed the redirects. My mind spins. Angela wasn't just angry because Derek got caught. She was complicit. They're arresting her tonight, Jenna says. I sit back, stunned. The woman who threatened me was guilty all along. She won't bother you again, Jenna adds. I nod, but the news doesn't bring relief. It's just more proof of how deep the betrayal ran. After dinner, I drive home in silence, processing everything. Derek and Angela, a team. How many others did they hurt before me? At home, I find a package on my doorstep. No return address. My hands shake as I open it. Inside is a check. $15,000, plus interest. And a handwritten note from Richard, your courage helped us protect others. Thank you. I stare at the check, tears blurring my vision. It's not just money. It's validation that I did the right thing. I call my mom, my voice breaking. I got it, I tell her. The bonus. It's here. She cries with me, relief and pride in her voice. That night, I sleep better than I have in weeks. The next morning, I return to work. The atmosphere's shifted. People greet me warmly, no more whispers. Kevin stops by my desk. Thank you, he says simply. You gave me the courage to speak up. I smile. You did that yourself. Richard calls me to his office again. This time, Tom's not there. Just Richard, looking tired but satisfied. The audit's complete, he says. We've repaid every victim. Derek and Angela are facing trial. It's over. I exhale, the weight finally lifting. What happens now? I ask. Richard leans back, smiling faintly. Now, we move forward. And Maya, I want you to lead a new initiative, ethics oversight for payroll. Make sure this never happens again. I'm stunned. Me? You've proven you're trustworthy, brave. I can't think of anyone better. I accept, gratitude and purpose filling me. Over the next months, I throw myself into the role. I build systems, train staff, create transparent processes. It's hard work, but rewarding. Kevin joins my team, along with 2 others Derek stole from. We're a tight unit, determined to protect future employees. One afternoon, Detective Simmons calls. Thought you'd want to know, Derek and Angela pled guilty. They're going to prison. Relief floods through me. How long? 5 years each, plus restitution. I hang up, feeling a chapter close. That evening, I'm at the same steakhouse where this all started. Richard's hosting another dinner, this time to celebrate the team's progress. I sit at the table, surrounded by co-workers who've become friends. Richard raises his glass. To Maya, for her integrity and courage. Everyone toasts, and I feel a warmth I haven't felt in months. This is what family should feel like: support, respect, trust. After dinner, I walk outside, the cool night air clearing my head. Jenna joins me. You did it, she says, smiling. You took down the bad guys. I laugh softly. We did it. I couldn't have done it alone. She hugs me. Still. You're a hero. I shake my head. I'm just someone who refused to stay quiet. As I drive home, I think about the journey, the anger, fear, exhaustion. But also the growth, the strength I found. Derek tried to steal from me, but in the end, he gave me something, clarity. I know now what I'm capable of. And I won't let anyone take that away. At home, I sit at my desk, opening my laptop. I start writing a guide for employees on recognizing fraud, protecting themselves. If my story can help even one person, it's worth it. My phone buzzes. A message from Kevin. Thank you for everything, Maya. I smile, typing back, thank you for trusting me. The weeks turn into months. Life settles into a new normal. I'm no longer just an engineer. I'm an advocate, a leader. Richard promotes me to senior ethics officer, a role I take seriously. I travel to other offices, train teams, share my story. At one training session, a young woman approaches me after. I think my manager's stealing from me, she whispers. My heart breaks and burns at once. Tell me everything, I say. She does, and we work together to report it. Another predator caught, another victim saved. Each case reminds me why I fought. Not just for myself, but for everyone who feels powerless. 1 year after the dinner, Richard hosts an anniversary event. The company's thriving, morale high. I'm standing by the bar when a man approaches. Maya Torres, he asks. I turn. He's older, maybe 60, dressed sharply. I'm James Harlow, from TechGuard Solutions. I've been following your work. Impressive. He hands me a card. We'd love to talk about bringing you on as a consultant. I'm surprised but intrigued. We exchange numbers, and I promise to think about it. Later, I tell Jenna. You should do it, she says. You've changed this company. Imagine what you could do for others. I consider her words. Maybe my fight wasn't just about data flow. Maybe it's about changing the industry. That night, I call James. I'm interested, I say. We set up a meeting. Over coffee, he lays out a vision, consulting for companies nationwide, building ethical frameworks, training leaders. You'd be making a real difference, he says. I agree to a trial project. It's terrifying and exhilarating. 3 months later, I'm splitting my time between data flow and consulting. It's exhausting but fulfilling. I'm helping companies prevent what happened to me. And every time I hear thank you from someone I've helped, I'm reminded why I refused to stay silent. One evening, I'm sitting in my apartment, looking at the city lights. My phone rings. It's Richard. Maya, I wanted to tell you personally, Derek's parole was denied. He'll serve his full sentence. I close my eyes, letting the news wash over me. Justice, finally complete. Thank you for telling me, I say. Richard's voice is warm. Thank you for everything, Maya. You saved this company. After we hang up, I stand on my balcony, the cool breeze against my face. I think back to that dinner, to the moment Richard asked about my bonus. That single question changed everything. It exposed lies, ended careers, and ultimately, saved lives. I could have stayed silent, avoided the fight. But I didn't. And because of that, others found their voice too. My phone buzzes. A text from Kevin, just got promoted. None of this happens without you. I smile, warmth spreading through my chest. This is what victory looks like, not just my bonus returned, but a company transformed. People protected. A culture changed. I type back, you earned it. Proud of you. As I set my phone down, I realize something. Derek tried to steal my money, but he couldn't steal my power. That's mine. And I'll use it to make sure no one else goes through what I did.